Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of Daily Blues here on 100% Chelsea. All the latest transfer rumours to do with Chelsea Football Club. And in the last 2 days, I've been telling you guys, we are after an attacker, a midfielder, and a defender. Okay, now we got Falcao. In midfield, it looks like we're going after Aaron Gies, who I reported about yesterday. And now today, a rumor coming out, a development coming out about that defender that we're after. And it's this guy. This guy right here, Nicholas Otamendi. Yes, Otamendi plays for Valencia, 27 years old, centre-back. Now, a few of you might know him, and a few of you might not. Now, for those of you who do know him, you know exactly what qualities he possesses. For those of you who don't know him, let me tell you a little bit about him. Central defender, beastly, very beastly. Very strong physical figure. Not so much the pacey type, the John Terry sort of type, if you will. Quality defender, absolutely quality defender. Now, the thing with this situation and the thing with this player is that Man United are favourites to sign this guy. But apparently Chelsea have made a last-minute intervention to hijack the deal. And seems like we're actually going to do it. It actually seems like we're going to hijack this deal in a good way. Okay. Now, as I've said, United are favourites for this. But very last minute, Chelsea have swooped in and they've declared their interest. Now, Mourinho apparently is interested in him. 27 years old, I would definitely go for him. He's a centre-back that I would think, isn't someone who's going to eclipse someone like John Terry. He's not a star. He's not well-known all over the world. He's not someone everyone's talking about. But I feel he's a defender that will get the job done. And that is the most important thing. Because remember, guys, the John Terry-Gary Cahill partnership isn't going to be broken. Okay, we're not looking for a replacement. We're looking for depth. We're looking for someone to come in and fill the void if anything happens. Otamendi is someone who I feel will adapt to that and will agree to that. Okay, at 27 years old, he's not exactly that young, but he's not old. He's at the perfect age. And he's a short-term solution, I reckon, for us. Should anything happen to John Terry or Gary Cahill, Otamendi is there with the experience. He's played for a top quality side, in Valencia. He's had Champions League background. He's, I think, a good backup, a very good backup. And now the most important thing at the moment is money. And we have to find it out. We have to find out how much we're actually going to pay for him. I'm sure it's not going to be a figure that's too high. I'm sure it'll be a figure that's a bit low. We're probably looking in between 10 to 15 million, I reckon. But if it means hijacking a bid for Man United, then I'm all for it because, making Man United fans cry is exactly what we're after, It's one satisfying thing, as Chelsea supporters. Anyway, Otamendi, would you take Otamendi? Would you take him? Leave me your thoughts in the comment section if you know anything about Otamendi. If you don't, go and check him out and come back and leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. New updates concerning Ramires and Mikel. Now, I don't know what's going on with Fenerbahce, but I don't know if they got taken over by a billionaire or if they've just had loads of money injected into the club. But they've about to seal a deal for Van Persie. And he's going to be paid 250 grand a week. Yes, at Fenerbahce, he's going to get 250 grand a week. Don't ask me how. Now, apparently, they are after Mikel and Ramires. Mikel and Ramires. Now, Mikel, I can understand someone who needs to go. Okay, it's his time. His time is up. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Pack your bags and see you later. Ramires, no. No, I'm sorry. Ramires is not for sale. Okay, Ramires... He needs to adjust himself back into the Chelsea team. He was out for quite some time. He needs to find his rhythm again. We all know what Ramires can do. I would definitely keep him. I would not sell him. Definitely not sell him. He has room in our squad. And Fenerbahce, no, you're not having him. You can take Mikel, but you're not having Ramires. That's for sure. Okay. But the rumor apparently at the moment is they are going after both Mikel and Ramires. So that is a development that I didn't expect. But Let's just hope there's no news to it. Let's just hope it all dies down and Ramires stays. Mikel will end up going sooner or later, but Ramires, fingers crossed, he doesn't go anywhere. The other development is about Begovic. Now, I've told you Begovic will sign sometime this week. Well, it does seem like he's going to put pen to paper because Stoke have signed Shay Given. They have signed Shay Given. Now, that's a big indicator. Begovic is going. Begovic is leaving Stoke. And sources are saying Begovic is about to make an announcement. Chelsea will make an announcement about Begovic. So, hold on for that. Stay tuned for that because it will be announced soon. Begovic to Chelsea will be announced. Seeing as Shay Given a sign for Stoke, it's pretty clear Begovic will become a Chelsea player sooner or later. Give it around 48 hours or so, possibly by tomorrow, who knows. But very, very soon an announcement will be made. Now, leave me your thoughts about all of these developments. Leave me your thoughts about Otamendi. He's the big development at the moment. Would you sign Otamendi as a backup defender? As Jose said, we were going to go after a central defender. Do you think Otamendi is the perfect fix? Let me know in the comment section below. Now, let's get to your comments for a few minutes before we go off the air. I always love this part. This part of the show is the best. The Wise Gamer says he's never going to be on the bench. He's a starter every day of the week. Well, that could also happen if Gary Cahill doesn't get his act together. Because remember last season, towards the second half of last season, Gary Cahill was all over the place. All over the place. Absolutely all over the place. So, who knows? It could be a John Terry Otamendi partnership. Gary Cahill might have to fight for his place. Who knows? Football Guru says, you're wrong. Otamendi is quality and he's better than Cahill. He is quality. I've said he's quality. But the John Terry Gary Cahill partnership is established and it's been there for a while. Otamendi, don't get me wrong, is someone who could break that, and I'm all for it. If it means getting Gary Cahill into shape and into his form, then great. By all means, we're looking for the best team possible. As fans, we are just looking for the best team possible. We're not looking to keep players in the team just because they've done good before. Hopefully, it happens. And if Otamendi comes, great. That could be the depth, as I've said, we need as part of our squad, adding a player for each position. Football Guru says he can easily start every day for all the big clubs around the world. He could. And that's why, hopefully, we hijack this bid. If we hijack this bid for very low money, that would be great. PK Shababoy says, any news on Pedro? There is. And it's funny because one of my managers at work, where I work, is an Arsenal fan. And he was laughing in my face today because apparently Pedro has a £110 million release clause. But Barcelona have opened the negotiations with Arsenal over Pedro for a £15 million move. 15! They've let them talk to Pedro for 15 million. And the clause is 110. Look, I don't know what's going on, but Arsenal look like they're playing serious business this season. So honestly, keep wary for Arsenal. As I've said, they will be our main title rivals. They will. Ryan says, any news on Charles Aranguiz? No, not yet. Not yet at all. Not yet. But it does seem like developments are coming through. It looks like we're actually going to go after him properly, and hopefully we end up signing him. Fingers crossed. If we do, I'd be great. I'd be more than happy. Football Guru says, Oscar should leave. 41 appearances. 7 goals and 9 assists this season is not good enough for Chelsea. We have been waiting for him to improve for the last 3 years. I think it's time for him to leave. No, you can't say that just yet. I would give him 1 more year. Give him 1 more year. Remember, the boy was tired. When he came to Chelsea, he didn't stop. He had 1 whole summer. Then he didn't stop. Then he had the Olympics. Then he didn't stop. He hasn't stopped. You have to give it to him. For someone who isn't so physical, he has worked his arse off. He honestly has. So I would give it 1 more year. He's had this time to relax. He's had this time to recover. Recovery is key. He's had the time to recover. Let's see this season. If he can perform well this season, by all means, great. If he doesn't, then we can start talking about him leaving the club. Then, because he's a quality talent. I would not let go of Oscar. He is special. Believe me, he is special. And Mourinho has said he wants to focus on Oscar just the same as he focused on Hazard. in the past 2 years. Now the time is for Oscar. So if Oscar can develop into a player like Hazard has, I'm telling you, we're going to have two of the world's best players on our team. Ryan says, when is Kennedy? I assume you mean when is Kennedy joining? Well, apparently he's had this medical. Apparently he's had a medical. So subject to that medical, results will come through, and then he'll get signed. Sort. PK Shabberboy says, Eunice, your reaction to my name, mate, haha, quality. Well, it's a good name. It's a quality name. What can I say? Abdul Hafiz Lawal says, Otamendi is not a backup and would cost 35 million. Well, I don't know how much he'll cost. The sources that are coming through, there's been no indication of how much he'll cost. But if Man United are going after him, let it be known there's not a lot of money on the table, okay? Because they're not exactly going after 30, 40, 50 million pound bids. That's just not United at the moment. So, fingers crossed, as I've said, if we can get him on a low, 20 million, 25, great, sign him, because he will be a quality defender, I reckon, for Chelsea. Quality. As he said, he's not a backup. He's not a backup at Valencia. When you come to Chelsea, it's a different story, and you could be playing as a backup. Okay, Chelsea are a far more elite team than Valencia now. Okay, with Mourinho in the squad, well, with Mourinho as manager, with our squad and our talent, and the players we're looking to bring through, all world class. Otamendi has to be prepared to become a backup. So, fingers crossed he doesn't. Fingers crossed he comes through and he shows why he needs to play, because we're looking for the best. But if he comes to Chelsea, he might end up being a backup. But let's wait and see. We need depth. That's all I'm saying. We need depth. John Terry, Gary Cahill, Otamendi, Kurt Zouma. Fantastic. Fantastic. Football Guru says, apparently, according to reports, Remy might leave for Besiktas. I read that. There's one source saying that Besiktas are pretty sure they will end up getting Loic Remy. If that's the case, then we're probably getting another striker. But if not, then we're good. We're good. Costa, Falcao, Remy. Great. If he leaves, then we're probably going to end up getting another striker. Who? Maybe Charlie Austin. Who knows? Well, PK Shabberboy once again says, and last question, Eunice, do you think Zouma will get more games next season? Because this guy is amazing. Like, really, he looks flawless. He should. As I said, Zouma is someone who can play both centre-back and defensive mid. Don't get me wrong. Remember that. He can play defensive mid. I think he should get more games. He's quality. If it means putting Cahill on the bench, then great, by all means. Zouma is a beast. But he will come through. Believe me, Zouma is a player that will come through eventually, and then he will become a starter, and he will end up playing every week. Probably not next season. Probably from the season after, I reckon. That will be the time where he starts to establish his way through. So let's wait and see what happens. Farouk says, I think our club will go back-to-back because we're not changing our first 11 and only adding squad depth. We have the most established 11 at the moment. Thank you. Thank you, Farouk, for finally saying what I've been trying to tell people the whole summer so far. We are the most established team so far. Okay, we don't need to worry about this transfer window. We're just looking to add depth. We're looking to add players to positions, just in case. If something happens, we have a replacement. Have 2 players for each position. The depth, that's what we're looking for. We're not looking to change our first 11. Our first 11 is there and it's great. They're champions. We're not looking to change something that's not broken. We're looking to add to it, okay? And that's the key, okay? So Farouk, fantastic comment. Thank you so much for that. Football Guru says, we need more quality players for rotation. Yes, we do. Thank you. Another good comment. We need depth. The Wise Gamer says he's been the best centre-back in the Spanish league. If we get him, he's a starter. Great. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for top quality players, and defenders are hard to get. Top quality defenders are hard to get because if you take a top quality defender out of your team, there's a void to fill. It's not like an attacker where you take out a striker, you have another striker because you're relying on your other team, the rest of the team. Defenders are different. If you're missing a defender, there's a hole, and a striker will exploit that hole. And if he does, you're letting in goals. It's simple as that. So hopefully we do end up getting someone like him. That would be quality. Alex Bottle says, and are we going to get a replacement for Salah, a left mid? Perhaps. Because it does seem like he's not in our plans anymore. He's going off, you know. See you later. But yeah, we'll see what happens in that development. We might get another midfielder, who knows. But if Aaron Gies is quite versatile, remember he can play on the right-hand side. Hazard is obviously taking up the left-hand side. Willian is the right winger at the moment. And remember, we've got Bertrand Traore who's coming through. He is a left winger as well. You know, he can play as a midfielder, but he's a left winger as well. So he might come through if we're keeping him. Let's just wait and see what happens. Let's wait and see what happens. But that's a good shout. We might go for another left mid. Football Guru says, I don't think Falcao will benefit us this season. I think his time is done and he's no longer a player he used to be. This still doesn't make sense. It's all to do with branding and merchandising. Well, it's good to see someone thinking about branding and merchandising, because at least you have sense of what football is about nowadays. It's about business. True, I agree. But Falcao, I think he's honestly going to disappoint a few of you, and in a good way. I think he's going to disappoint a few of you. I think he's going to show exactly what he can do. And I think he deserves a chance. He deserves a chance. Give him a chance. Give him a chance, and then we'll see what happens. But believe me, I think he'll do well. I think he'll do well. Hard.Sink says, just imagine if Falcao and Otamendi pull off a great game against United. That would be the best feeling for us Chelsea fans. Yes, it would. Falcao getting one on his old club and Otamendi rejecting the main favourites to sign him to come to us. Great. Xavier says hot. Yes, it is hot. If we get Otamendi, that is very hot. That's blazing. It's flaming hot. Otamendi and Terry could be the next Carvalho and Terry partnership. Who knows? It could be. It could be. It could be. Do you think Christensen has a chance at Chelsea in the future? Yes, in the future I do. That question came from Ugly Manta. Good name. I think he does. It's not now. Just not now. He's gone out on loan. He won't be back for quite a while. So let him develop and let him come back. And then we'll talk about his future at Chelsea. But I think he will. I think he's a quality defender who has a future, definitely. Kehinde Alamu says, is Chelsea still interested in buying Witsel? No, Witsel is going elsewhere. Let it be. That rumour is dead. That rumour is gone. That's it. Alex Bottle says, by the way, it's Boot L and Bottle. LOL. Okay, Bootle. Oh, yeah, Bootle. Sorry, I thought it said Bottle. I'm sorry. I need an eye test. Bottle. Bootle. Okay. And the last question says, what do you think of us having the Wembley Stadium as our home ground for the next 3 years while Stamford Bridge is developed? I mean, after all, we are deservingly the champions of England, so hey. Great last question. Yes, Wembley looks like it's going to become our home for 3 years. This would be amazing, honestly. It's going to be a bit of a hassle, okay? It'll be a bit of a hassle, especially for someone like myself. If I'm traveling to Wembley every single weekend, that's a mission, okay? I'm sorry, it's a mission. Because Wembley is up in northwest London, and all of us down here in South London, it's going to be a mission getting there every single week, you know. But let's wait and see what happens. Let's wait and see. It does look like it's going to happen. But I will talk more about the stadiums in our stadium video I'm going to do with Tony. So let's wait and see. You know, I will mention a lot about that development and a lot about Wembley and a lot about the future of Stamford Bridge. You will get all the news about that. The nit and gritty, you're going to get details. So let's wait and see about that video. That will be uploaded pretty soon, probably within the next week. So stay tuned for that. A few of you saying, I disagree. Falcao is replacing Drogba, who scored 4 league goals. Yes, he's replacing Drogba, but he's not Drogba. And Drogba's old. Falcao isn't. Falcao is going to, honestly, give him a chance. Give him a chance. And if he flops, you can take my head. Okay. Ludi Cure says, please read this. I've read it. Hello, mate. Football Guru says, I'm very excited. Bertrand Traore, 21 goals and 7 assists, helped Vitesse to push for Europa League. He can play right winger and striker. Exactly. Very versatile. And I'm excited to see him too. Last question. This will be the last one. Can we challenge the likes of Real, Barca and Bayern Munich? Of course we can. Of course we can. Because we're Chelsea and we've got Mourinho, the best manager in the world, and we're champions and we're looking to just develop further. We are going to build a dynasty at Chelsea. So I'm looking forward to it and I hope all of you are too. Thank you all for watching. It's been a pleasure giving you this Daily Blues today. I will be doing more videos probably in the coming weekend. We will be uploading more. I will be doing a few things with Tony, a few things with Louis. If you remember Louis, the one with the hat that I tend to interview at Stamford Bridge from time to time, he's going to be coming on. And it's going to be quite fun. So stay tuned for all of that. Be sure to catch more Daily Blues tomorrow. as more developments come through. Hit all the social media in the description below. Hit our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Please follow us on all 3 platforms. And I'll see all of you tomorrow. Subscribe if you're new. Thank you for watching. Leave me your comments after this goes off the air. And I'll catch all of you tomorrow. So thank you for watching, guys. Have a good evening and take care. Blue is the color.